Hello ECEP trainers. This video is going to cover how to enter attendance in the Traveling Arkansas Professional Pathways Registry, which is also known as the TAPP Registry. As you know, one of your responsibilities as a trainer is to make sure that those that attend your trainings receive proper credit in the TAPP Registry. This video will cover the two different ways to enter the attendance. The most common way of entering attendance is using TAPP's mobile site. The mobile site was created a few years ago and is intended for registry members to be able to use the registry site on their mobile devices such as iPads and smartphones. The second way to enter attendance is more of an old school way, if you will. If you've been in the early care and education's professional development system for many years, you might recall a time when trainers were responsible for entering their training's attendance using a link on the registry's homepage. This method, even though it's not as common as the registry's mobile site is today, it's still available as an option. While both have their pros and cons, they're both easy for trainers to use, and it really comes down to a matter of preference. For the purpose of this training video series, I've created a course in TAPP and an attendance roster. To list my participants' information, I've used the ECEP course attendance form, which is available to all trainers on our website under the For Trainer link. This particular form is optional for trainers to use, however, I find it to be extremely beneficial in terms of entering and recording attendance. I'm going to begin entering attendance using the mobile site. So once you're on the home page for the mobile site, you'll need to log in, and you're going to log in using your TAPP ID number and password. If you don't have either one, you'll need to contact TAPP as they are the only ones that have that information on file. So once you've logged in, you'll go to Trainer Start page, and up here on the top, you're going to click Enter Attendance. Once you're in the training attendance system, the next thing you want to do is find your course, and you're going to enter the course ID number that was assigned to you by TAPP. Once you've logged in, the title of your training will be at the top, and all the lessons that are assigned for that course will show up, and this should automatically populate based upon what was entered when you registered the course. The main difference in entering the attendance on the mobile site versus the full site is the how. On the mobile site, when you enter attendance, you're actually entering it by lesson for each participant. So for example, for this course, I'm going to have to go into lesson 1 and then enter all my participants. Then I'm going to go in and enter all my participants for lesson 2, and then 3 and 4 and then 5. As you can see on my attendance record, all 3 of my participants completed lesson 1. So I'm going to click on lesson 1. And you have the option of searching by their registry ID number if you know it, or you click to find by name. This hours credit should automatically populate as well as the date completed. This 10 hours does not mean that I'm giving them 10 hours for lesson 1. That's just how much they're getting for the entire course. So I would just let this be the default for now. I'm going to go ahead and enter my first participant, Carol Brady. Since I know her TAPP ID number, I'm just going to put it in the registry ID number field, and I can either click Add Student or press Enter. And you'll now see that I've added Carol Brady and her ID number. She was my last student added. Now that I've added Carol, I'm going to just go down my list and enter Jan. When you're entering an ID number, make sure that the name of the person matches that ID number. In this case, Jan's number of 32169 is not Jan's number. So I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to delete Michelle from my roster because that was the incorrect number. And I'm going to go ahead and click to find by name and type in Jan Brady. All the Jan Bradys that are in the registry will appear, and in this case there's only one, and it's the one from State University, and so now Jan has been added to my roster, and I'm going to go ahead and type in her correct TAPP ID number so it'll make it easier for when I enter the rest of my attendance. When entering attendance into the TAPP registry, you're able to search by partial name. So in this case, I'm going to search for M. Brady, find matches, and I'm looking for Marcia Brady in Little Rock. So all I need to do is click on her name, and now that I know her ID number, I can go ahead and fill that in on my attendance roster over here. Now that I've entered attendance for lesson 1, I need to enter it for lesson 2. So I'm going to click on Find Course, enter my course ID number once again, choose lesson 2, and now that I have all their TAPP ID numbers, it should go a lot quicker because all I have to do is type it in and press enter. For my course, I've entered attendance for lessons 1 and 2. To finish it out, I will just do the same process of Find Course, enter my course ID number, and click lesson 3, and then enter my participants by their registry ID number or click to find by name. At any time, you can click on roster in the upper right hand corner, and that will show you who has received credit for what lessons. So as you can see from the mobile site, it would be very easy to just have an iPad or computer set up so that your participants can enter their registry ID number or their name as they come into your session or as they leave. If you do that, there's no trainer follow-up necessary in terms of entering attendance after the course is finished. If you use the ECEP course attendance form, you as the trainer can always go back and check your final attendance roster in TAPP to make sure that everyone received proper credit. Now that I've showed you how to enter attendance using the mobile site, I'd like to show you how to enter attendance using the registry's homepage. So once you're on the homepage, you'll log in using your ID number and your password, the same as you would as if you were entering it on the mobile site. You're going to click Login, and then you're going to choose Training Attendance Record. Once you click on that, you'll click on Find Course on the left-hand corner, and then you're going to scroll down and enter your course ID number. Once you're in, you'll see that I already have 3 people in my class, and that's because we've already entered Carol, Jan, and Marcia using the mobile site. So I'm going to use the same training and the same attendance roster, if you will. As I was saying earlier, with the mobile site, the difference between the two is you have to enter per lesson on the mobile site. With the registry's homepage, using this method, that's not the case. You're entering it per student. So let me give you an example. I can scroll down to the bottom and you can see that I've already have Marcia, Jan, and Carol entered. These little plus signs, if you open those up by clicking on them, you can see that Marcia has credit for lessons 1 and 2. Jan has credit for lessons 1 and 2, and Carol has 1 and 2. If my course was completely over, and I wanted to go in and give them credit for lessons 3, 4, and 5. Carol attended 3, 4, and 5, so I can do 3, 4, 5, and then click Update, and I have now given Carol credit for 3 lessons in a matter of 3 clicks. And you can see that it updated the time of this video. Jan completed all of them as well, so I can go ahead and click 3, 4, and 5, and now Jan has credit for all the lessons. Marcia did not complete lesson 3, so I'm only going to give her credit for 4 and 5. I have now completed the attendance for my course for Marcia, Jan, and Carol. You will see on my attendance record I have added Peter and Mike because I want to show you how to add participants to your training using this method. If you know their registry ID number, you can enter their registry ID number in the first name field. So in this case, I know Peter's is 218919. Enter it, and his name comes up. Once you click on his name, scroll down to the bottom, click the plus sign next to his name, and you can choose which lessons he completed. In this case, Peter completed all 5 of them. And so this little checkbox right here, if you click it, it selects all 5 of them at one time. So if you have a CCOT with 5 lessons, you could click that and it would choose all 5. Let's say you're doing a pre-K ELA that has 16 lessons. If you click that one checkbox, all 16 will automatically check for you. Make sure you click Update so that the system takes that. And now Peter has been given credit for 5 lessons. Mike Brady, we don't know his ID number. However, we can still search by his first name and last name. Click his name. And then at the bottom, click the plus sign. And then select what lessons he completed. He completed 1, 2, 4, and 5, but not 3. So I can click 1, 2, 4, 5, and Update. Whereas in the mobile site, you have to go into each lesson individually. Using this method, you just go into your course, enter your participants, and select what lessons. As with the mobile site, you also have the ability to look at your roster at any given time to see who has received credit for which lessons by clicking on Print Roster in the left-hand column. So once you do that, a new screen will come up and it will show you everyone that has received credit at this point and which lessons. And at this time, these are showing on these participants' TAPP training records. In terms of entering attendance, both the mobile site and the TAPP homepage are easy to use. The mobile site was designed for the trainer to be able to set up an iPad or laptop, and the participants could enter their own attendance when they completed the lessons. The homepage method does not work that way, though. It's more of a trainer's use only. With the homepage, the trainer could decide when to enter the attendance, whether it be at the end of the night or at the end of a course. If you choose to enter your attendance at the end of the course, please bear in mind your participants' professional development hours will not appear on their TAPP training transcript until you enter it as the trainer. If you have a course that is going to last for several weeks, that might be an issue for some of your participants, so make sure that you talk to them and let them know when to expect it on their TAPP training transcript. In terms of entering attendance into the TAPP registry, again I say it really comes down to a matter of the trainer's preference and whether you use the mobile site, the homepage, or a combination of the two. The staff at Early Care and Education Projects wants to assist you in any way we can in you being a successful trainer and hope you found this video to be helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please do not hesitate to let us know. On behalf of the ECEP staff, thank you for all that you do for the children and families of Arkansas, and we look forward to continuing to work with you.